Another thing which we have in the book is about trustworthiness of the Prophet. You know, even in the time of Jahiliyyah, before Islam, Rasulullah was known as Al-Amin, the trustworthy. Although that society was not a very moral society, but still trustworthiness is something that everyone appreciates. Even thieves, although they rob people's money, but they prefer if someone among them is trustworthy so that they can leave their valuables with him. If they want to travel and they want to leave their money with someone, they look for a trustworthy person. So for 40 years before Islam, they always had this moral character of the Prophet in mind, and in particular his trustworthiness. And when they started fighting against the Prophet and Islam, the trustworthiness of the Prophet was so obvious that they never doubted his trustworthiness. This shows that Rasulullah was very careful not to let any exception happen. If he had let any exception happen and say, no, these are our enemies, these are our killers, these are the people who have confiscated our properties, so there's no problem to take from them and not giving back, then they had lost their trust in him. But Rasulullah was so persistent and so consistent that even 13 years after Islam, when Rasulullah had to migrate to Medina, still he had some of the trust of Quraysh. So Rasulullah is running away from these people, but the trust of these people are with him. And he's still worried. So he asked Imam Ali to give the trust back to the people who have given him this trust, and then to join him. So this is the situation of trustworthiness. And as you know, this quality is very important, because some years back, I was thinking, why among all the characteristics, this one was so outstanding for people? I'm not saying this was the most outstanding quality of the Prophet. I'm saying the most outstanding quality for people. Something that they had noticed a lot. I was thinking why this is so significant. Then I thought maybe that was actually a preparation for them being able to believe and trust Rasulullah later. Because they had no excuse to say, this man was unknown to us. This man was a person that, sometimes told lies. Sometimes, he betrayed people. No. When Rasulullah was 100% trusted by them, even afterwards, why they didn't listen to him? There is an incident that once Rasulullah addressed the people of Mecca, and I think he was on the Mount, Abu Qubais, if I am not mistaken. And he said, if I tell you there are enemies coming from other places, they are behind this mount, do you accept? They said, yes, we all accept. Then he said, I am warning you about the punishment of the hereafter. But unfortunately, then here, they didn't have, interest in accepting.